This is a little song to say hello. Hi. Hi. Hi, 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 hi.
Hello, welcome to Drinkin Beer. I'm your host, John Plunkett, and today's episode is a continuation of my Harvest series, in that I'm going to be reviewing a beer that's for the fall season. What's unique about this review is that it was inspired by one of my previous episodes. To be more to the point, it was inspired by my Lakefront Pumpkin Lager Beer episode, where I felt while drinking that beer, it tasted like another beer. It'd been a while since I picked up that beer and actually had one, so I decided it's the time of year, might as well give it another shot. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack's Pumpkin Spice Ale by Michelob. It's 5.5 ABV, by the way. And Michelob, of course, is part of the Anheuser-Busch brewery. Well, let's get down to it. I mean, there's no point in wasting any more time with words. And let's just pour it and drink it. Oh, getting a good head. I bought this today, so it's probably not as cold as I usually get my beers. Man, that's a lot of carbonation. But yeah, I'm just so used to there being things in the beer, you know, after a while. It's weird for me to drink a beer that's so clean looking. Let's see if we can get the maximum amount of bubbles. There you go. See that? Yeah. Ooh. I'm thirsty, so let's have at it. Jack's Pumpkin Spice Ale. Cheers. It's not really the same, I would say. I mean, I can see that now. The Lakefront was a lot better. I guess being a lager, it just had a different finish, different overall feel. And the taste was more or less just kind of regular beer with pumpkin. I mean, you can get a good pumpkin aroma, which I didn't even smell because what's the fucking point? See, I say that, but I don't have anything against Michelob for the most part, but a lot of their kind of iffy, off-brand craft stuff, like their pale ales and this, they don't seem to really hit the mark. I guess I kind of remember this beer being more flavorful. It's like there's a layer of kind of carbonated fizziness, and on top of that is floating like this wafer of kind of flat, bland taste. It's almost like you know those rice cakes that people get to try to cut down on calories, but they flavor them a little bit just to, you know, make the shitty rice cake more palatable. That's kind of what this beer reminds me of. It's like a beer that tries to inject some pumpkin flavor into it, but it ends up just kind of being this pale pumpkin flavor on top of a fizzy sea of carbonation. This past month, I've been drinking a lot of pumpkin ales, a lot of Märzen lagers, pumpkin beers. I've been trying a lot of different types of fall seasonal beers, so my palate is very in tune with that sort of taste. And then I try this and I realize, wow, it's flat. Wow, it's not anything like I remember it being. 2 years ago, when I started collecting for the first time, this was the first pumpkin ale I actually tried. So I guess that's the reason why I was kind of maybe favored it a little bit more, because at the first time of exploring into pumpkin ales, just getting that little sense of pumpkin flavor was enough to be like, ooh, you know, pumpkin. And then I just kind of remembered that being my introductory into pumpkin ales. Now that I've had some real pumpkin ales, I can't go back to stuff like this. It's flat and nasty. I'd have to pass on this for the future. Jack's Pumpkin Spice Ale. It's all right for beginners, but for the experienced drinker, no. Not good. So, anyway. Got to go back to it, revisit classic, and I accomplished that goal.
Beach blast. We're going to have the best time yet, a summer that we'll never forget. All over Malibu, there will be so much to